In this video, I'm going to talk about how you as a D2C e-commerce brand can scale past 50, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500,000 euros in monthly revenue. This video is for you. If you cannot spend more than that 10, 20,000 euros per month on ads, like you feel like you have hit a plateau, your business has hit a plateau, you cannot really scale anymore. And every time you try and scale, your CPA goes up, it becomes unprofitable for you guys to spend more money on, for example, meta ads. And overall, it just seems like no matter what it is that you do with your ads, you just cannot scale any further. There's a very, very clear reason as to why you cannot do that. And that is exactly what I'm going to cover in this entire video right here. Like, there's so much stuff to go through. So I really hope that you can sit through, analyze what I'm going to talk about in this video, because this is exactly how I scale and we scale our clients at the agency. So you can see in May 2025, we spent 165,000 US dollars. Year to date, we've spent $700,000 for our clients, just a dozen. And then we have on Google as well, just in May again, we have spent $155,000 on ads. I just want to dive into a little bit of results before we get into the methods so that you understand what this is actually capable of doing. So I actually just posted this story today. The most typical things that we see is that businesses, they don't prioritize building the right digital assets and they don't unlock their top funnel. And this client result right here is just like from the last 12 months, you can just see how this client has went from generating like 100,000 pounds per month. Then in November, they had like a really good month of 200,000, and then they were kind of like plateauing again, going back to their numbers. But now you can just see how they are scaling so much going into like May and also June. So this is just up until May. And comparing to 2024. But you can also see here, we have these clients here that are scaling super fast. I'm actually going to show you much more in-depth results with this client right here. But we also have this client here who went from 100,000 euros per month to 250,000 euros per month, pretty much. We have this client right here who scaled from 25,000 euros per month to 125,000 euros per month. And before I dive into this client, I just want to speak briefly about awareness stages, because most brands out here that are trying to scale and that hit a plateau, it's because you're operating so much in between the product aware and the most aware audience. You can argue that you have a length arm into like solution aware audience, but if you really want to scale, you have to unlock the unaware and the problem aware, because of any given market right now, 60 and 20% of the people are going to be in the unaware and problem aware audience awareness stages. And if you really want to scale, then you have to speak to these guys and unlock them into your funnel. Most brands, when we're talking about funneling, they know that they need to have a top funnel. And yes, they also have a bottom funnel. But why is it that they're not scaling then? Like, they have the right funnel, right? But they don't have the right creative strategy for how they're unlocking their top funnel. And then their overall funnel, if they don't have a strong top funnel, becomes very, very, how can I say, it doesn't become that strong. Your entire funnel just lacks because you're not getting a steady stream of new customers or new people into your funnel. This is a problem that I'm going to speak about later in this video, so stick through to it, because you're going to absolutely need this if you're looking to scale and you have the problems that I have just identified in the beginning of this video. So this client right here is a Danish client, and this is just from the last 30 days pretty much. So from the 19th of May to the 18th of June, which is today. You can see here it has scaled by 69% if we just compare to the previous period, right? And if I go over here, then you can see the sessions over time have increased by 225%. Most of you guys out there, you would think, okay, so you have spent a lot more on advertising. And we actually haven't done that, which I'm going to show you. These are the results from their ads manager from the last 30 days as well. So 19th of May to 17th of June, so yesterday. But here, I really want to just dive into some of the campaigns that we're running here so that you get an understanding of what this actually means for their funnel. So you can see I have highlighted this campaign right here who has spent like 12,000 Danish crowns in these 30 days. This is the equivalent of like 1,500 euros or something like that. You can see if we look at purchases, We're generating 22 purchases, but very, very expensive purchases if you ask Meta and you trust their attribution. We can see here our reach is at 117,000 and impressions at 275,000. This leaves us with a frequency of 2.34. The interesting thing here is how many clicks and how many landing page views we have generated with this campaign right here. The objective was never to generate a lot of purchases with this campaign. It was to unlock our top funnel. So you can see here, the other campaign just above it has spent the vast majority of their spend. So 100,000 Danish crowns, 15,000 euros approximately. And here you can see we've only generated 11,000 clicks and 8,400 clicks. So we have unlocked the top funnel by adding this campaign to the content mix and running completely different ads to that of the conversion campaign. So let me just show you here, because if we go into Triple Whale and we look at the attribution, we can look at first click attribution just to analyze and truly understand our numbers. So here we have the campaign that has spent that 12,500 right here. You can see it right over here. We've generated 18,000 sessions from this. If we look at first click attribution, when people first click on one of our ads, like in their entire customer journey, that's what we can analyze with the first click attribution model inside Triple Whale. We can see the ROAS from Facebook says that it is a ROAS of 1.43, but the first click ROAS is 5.55, the highest within this entire campaign structure right now. That is something that reveals a lot about how potent this strategy is, because most of the people who buy from this brand, their first click with this entire marketing strategy is coming from this campaign. So you can analyze this campaign up here, who are taking the vast majority of our spend, 101,000 Danish crowns. Here, the first click ROAS is actually just 1.70. But we would still need this campaign to convert people once they are ready to convert. And this is where, yes, we would say that this is our top funnel campaign, but it is actually more like the bottom of the top funnel into the mid funnel. That is my argument. So we can also just go into and look at last click attribution here. Last click attribution is also pretty interesting to look at, but it doesn't reveal as much. But here we can see that if we're looking at last click attribution for this same campaign, the attribution has now dropped to a ROAS of less than 1. But it is really, really potent for filling up the funnel. You can see here in the first click attribution. This is what I want to speak about right now. If your current marketing mix looks something like this, where you have UGC videos in your top funnel, like this problem solution format type of ads running in your top funnel, and you cannot scale past 10, 20, 30,000 euros in monthly spend, then this is exactly what you need. Because most of you guys watching this video right now, you have this problem where you are prospecting with UGC videos, and then you stagnate at a certain point. And then you have static ads that probably look something like this as well. And yeah, if your content mix looks like this, then I am 100% certain that you're gonna face issues when you're trying to scale, because you haven't unlocked your top funnel. You haven't unlocked your top funnel. You are really just inside this area right here. And if we go back to like the awareness stages up here, then what the people that you're really just hunting or targeting right now is in these awareness stages. So you are missing such a big pool of the overall market because of your current marketing mix and your current content mix, your advertising strategy. The way that we actually do this is that our top funnel content looks something like this instead. You can see very, very clearly that in most of these ads right here, we are not even talking about the product. We're only talking about the problem or the desire that people have. People know, most people, they know that they have a problem nowadays, at least because of the overall sophistication levels there are in markets, etc. But most people that we speak to, obviously, they know that they have a problem, or they have had thoughts previously that indicates that they have a problem. But you can really provoke here that you can turn someone who's unaware into the problem aware state. So here you can see, if I just show you this ad right here, many Danes over 50, so this ad is calling out the audience, suffer from knee pain. We did too until we tried this. And then we just have a picture here of the ideal customer profile. So with this ad right here, we're calling out the audience and we're calling out the problem or the pain that the audience they have. So this ad alone has generated so much traffic for us. But we can also analyze, for example, this ad down here. So again, picture of the audience of the ICP right here. And then we have, this is like an article looking like ad. So scientists' new hope for a healthier and longer life. So this right here baits people into clicking on the ad because they're interested in what this is talking about, right? So they're not yet ready to buy, but the goal here is just to sell the click and get the prospect on a lander that you own, so that you own the attention. So for example, here you can just see some of the landing pages here, and this strategy is called advertorial strategy, by the way. But here, this is for one of our clients where we have this advertorial right here, where the first thing that we're talking about is like we're taking a scientific, very, very credibility approach. Scientists are currently discovering like a breakthrough in terms of aging. So this piques people's interest. And then we have the product over here. And then as we go through this article, the way that we have designed this article is that we're moving people through the awareness stages, just through the headlines right here. The best thing that you can do inside these things, inside the advertorials here, is be very, very good at writing headlines and very good at supporting your headlines with different imagery. So here, we're moving people through the awareness stages, and then the goal is for them to click down here. And now when they click here, they would then be taken over to our landing page. But when they land on the landing page from here, they're going to be much more educated. So we have many different variations of this, but the future prospecting strategy, this is what I call this. This is how you future prospect, and this is how you fill up your top funnel. So, for example, you have this ad running on Meta, like I just showed you. The goal is to sell the click, and with this, your strategy becomes like a fishing trawler. Yeah, like you are gonna be dragging in so much traffic onto your landing pages, and those people, they're not yet ready to buy from you, but they have all like told you, just by giving them or giving you their click, they've told you, hey, I have a problem with knee pain. So with this, they land on an advertorial, and because of that, you now own the attention. And what now? Well, now you can start to present your products because your audience is ready. They are more educated. They've told you that they have a problem. So now what you can do is in your mid funnel, in your bottom funnel, whatever, you can start presenting them with social proof. You can start presenting them with comparison because they are now familiar with perhaps the solution. They're familiar with the problem that they have. You can start to present them with benefit stacking ads, and you can also start to present those people who are ready to convert, like who are most aware or product aware. You can start to present a value offer. And this is also when you can start to present your UGC videos. You're gonna see when you introduce a strategy like this, that your overall funnel becomes so much more potent, guys. And your conversion campaigns, your like those campaigns that are meant for to really sell to your audience, it's going to perform so much better. That is what we have seen across so many clients who we have introduced this strategy for the past like 6-9 months. And I can tell you that this is what you need if you're looking to scale. So if you found this video to be helpful, then go ahead and click like and subscribe. I will be posting more videos like this, and you can also follow me on Instagram, where I also reveal many of these little tips and tricks to you guys, so that you can implement them yourself, or you can schedule a discovery call with me where I will personally go through your current digital marketing strategy, and maybe we're going to be a good fit to work with you. We typically work with people who are D2C brands who are generating at least 20 and 30,000 euros in monthly revenue. who are very, very ambitious to scale their digital marketing strategy and business here in 2025 and also going into 2026. So I hope you got a lot of value from watching this video, and have a great day, and bye-bye.